I never feel like it's that many books until then I get ready to actually film the video and collect all the ones I haven't done before. Then I realize how bad it is. Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be doing a book haul. Now, I really have been slowing down a bit, but it's that magical time where my overflow area where I keep books that I haven't done a haul video for yet is overflowing. And so it's time to do a book haul and talk through what I got here because I do have some other review copies. I think I did shorts for some of them, and then just some other things I did end up doing. My first book outlet order in a while, as well as some things for Pat Price Books and Around. So let's jump into it. First up we have Titus Alone by Mervyn Peake, because I got the other two previously, and actually this was supposed to be the one with the matching art. It's not, so I was kind of peeved, but I figured I'd just grab this because I haven't read the other ones yet, but it's a series I'm meaning to try, so I picked this up to continue that collection. And then I picked up Furious Heaven by Kate Elliott, because this is book 2 in the Sun Chronicles, and I have the first one, which is Unconquerable Sun, which is over there on the shelf. So I saw that and decided to pick that one up as well. I still have a lot of Kate Elliott to get to up the backlog, probably before I get to those, but I've heard good things and interested to try. And then I picked up, because I really like these Tour Essentials ones, they kind of, I don't know, they're different kinds of hardcovers, but I enjoy them. And this is the Fifth Head of Cerberus by Gene Wolfe. And I'm curious still to try some more Gene Wolfe. I have a couple of his other books, the Book of the New Sun, that I've not read yet. This one's super different, I think, though, and so just seemed like a good one to give a shot to as well. And then, speaking of things I collected, now I think I have the first book, and not the second one, but I got The Darkest Road by Guy Gavriel Kay, because I have the first one in this weird size, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's the same one as the first one that I have. This is book 3 in the Fiona Var tapestry, and so I'll have to track down, I think, book 2 at some point. I'll have to double check that and make sure that I'm being accurate, but just trying to continue an existing series I've been collecting, because, you know, that's what I do, because I have a problem. And then next up we have Battle Mage by Stephen Aryan. And I've been a little hit or miss on his stuff. I really liked The Coward. I didn't like The Warrior as much. I do love his new book as well, but I decided to pick this one up and try the older one as well, because I know this is the first book of a different series, and it did sound interesting, so I figured I would give that a shot. I don't know if I'll do this one or the new one first, but we shall see. We shall see. And then, because I never got approved for the e-arc of it way back when it was coming out, and then I happened to see I got Untethered Sky by Fonda Lee. I was really curious. I have heard some mixed things about this, but I was curious to see kind of what's next with this. And this is just, this is a novella. It's not like a full-length thing, but I ended up eventually getting won over by Greenbone Saga, and so I was just curious to see what she was doing next. So I wanted to make sure that I gave that a read. Then we have some review copies. First up we have Dreamer's Throne by Seth Ring. This is I think kind of like dark lit RPG type thing about a character who's paralyzed and then gets involved into some like organized crime gang war, I believe. Something to that effect. This one I did do a short for, came with a whole cool little goodie box of stuff, so you can check that out if you want to see more there as well. But excited to get to that one down the line. And then I did do a short for these for sure, but these, there's a sticker sticking on that one. Not stuck, it was just sitting on it for the record. But we have these guys, which are the Songs of Chaos, Ascendant, Unbound, and Defiant, and these are just good looking books. They're really nice looking hardcovers. Really excited to try this series out as well. They look really nice, and these are going to look nice on the shelf too. I just have to get around to, you know, finding space on the shelf and taking them off the haul shelf, which is why we're doing this video, of course. And then, probably the most fun thing, I mentioned earlier that I did the first order I'd done from Book Outlet in a while, and I get it, and there were a couple of things in there that I did not order. First, I'm like, oh, did they mess up and, like, give me the wrong books? And I'm like, no, everything I ordered was in there, but in addition, we got Kiwi Cannot Reach. This is a ready-to-read level 1 book. There actually was another kid's book here, which I gave to a friend of mine's daughter, because it was a book that was meant for kids a bit older. But I flipped through this one, and this was it's this Kiwi who's like trying to figure out how to pull a string. and that's it. And so it was just kind of funny, and I was really not expecting this, so it just kind of gave me a laugh. But this is like apparently like the very beginner level book, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I now have it, so I wanted to include it in the book haul for fun. And then next up we have, because I've actually never read it before, I came across on my Half Price Books, they had some of these. This is the, what is it, the 10th? It says 2020. I was going to say this is older than that, doesn't it? Celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Golden Compass. So I think this is just the first book. But I've actually never read this. I've never read his Dark Materials. I have definitely heard a lot about it. I know it's a very popular series, but I haven't actually read it. I haven't even opened this yet, so I'm gonna actually do that really quick. I have to just get the plastic. Let's pop this bad boy open. But they had this for pretty cheap, so this is why I like Half Price Books. I thought it was pretty cool. It does look like... Oh, that's just showing you what it is. How could you stick that to this? Come on, come on. But yeah, so there's this nice little slipcase. Let's pull it on out. And then, yeah, nice looking hardcover. Polar bear on the front. It's got the edges. And yeah, it definitely looks like they... I guess the print's not that big. I was going to say it looks like maybe they printed it a little bit bigger, but this is definitely a nice copy, so I figured this will be a good addition to eventually give this a shot, because I have always meant to read this, but I just haven't. This is one of those books that fell in the gray area where I just never got to it, so this looked pretty cool, and it was pretty cheap, so I couldn't pass it up, and decided to grab that. And then, last but not least, we have River into Darkness by Sean Russell. This is another duology bind-up. He apparently does a lot of duologies, which is interesting because most authors don't do duologies anymore that I see, but I have one of his other ones that I still need to try. I read the first couple of pages for a video one time, and it seemed interesting, so I figured I would give him a shot. I've heard some good things about Sean Russell, so I'm still really interested to try out more of his stuff, so gave that a grab as well. But that is it. It's not a too big, terrible book haul here. I am working still on getting some unhauls done over time as well to clear some space. But I have slowed down. And honestly, I've been, of late, probably getting more review copies and stuff I'm actually getting. And so trying to get to all of those as well. But that is it for this one. So let me know any thoughts you have on any of these books, any that you recommend or think I should bump up my list, or just thoughts in general. Always love to see that, and let me know if there's any interesting books that you have gotten lately, of course, as well. That's it, though. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description, as always, for the Wizardly Enclave Discord if you want to chat books, whether these books, other books, any books, really anything at all. It's a lot of fun. We'd love to have you. And, of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.